Today we will discuss the lecture 1, Introduction to Computer Software. The contents of this lecture are what is computer system components, what is a computer software, what are the types of software, the operating systems with its main parts and functions and OS categories. So first thing first, computer system components. A computer system has 4 components, as you can see. The hardware that provides the basic computing resources like CPU, memory, input output devices. Then we have the operating system that controls and coordinates the use of hardware among the various application programs. Then we have application programs that defines the ways in which computer resources are used to solve computing problems, or it can also be used not only for computing problems, it can be used for entertainment, it can be used for business purpose, or it can be used for other day-to-day activities. Then finally we have the users, that is people use computer, sometimes one computer uses another computer, and so on. So these are the 4 components of computer system. As you can see from the picture, sometimes the user 1, user 2, these are the users of a computer. There are different types of software: compiler, assembler, text editor, database system, there is a games, there are web browsers, and so on. So these are system and application programs. And then we have the operating system that actually controls and coordinates the use of hardware. And what is hardware? Hardware are the basic computing resources, that is CPU, memory, input output devices like mouse, keyboard. These are called hardware. Then what is computer software? So computer software is a term that refers to the program that executes on the computer. So what is a program? A program is a step-by-step instructions that tell the computer how to do its work. So that work can be a complicated task like playing a game. That work can be a very simple task like adding 2 numbers. Okay. So all of you are familiar with programming. You have developed some basic programs. You have started with the Hello World program, where you actually told the computer to print Hello World in your screen. And then step by step from a Hello World program, you have done some program related to loop. Then in C, you have done a project. In C++, you have actually used class, objects, inheritance, and these other features. And every case, what you are actually doing, you are trying to learn that how to understand computers, or how you can actually use programming language to make the computer do something for you. Now the question comes that yes, I know that program are step-by-step instructions that tell computer how to do its work, and in C or C++ or Java course, you're actually learning how to actually tell the computer, or how you can actually use the programs to communicate with the computer, or to make sure the computer do something for you. Then the question is why we want to use the computer to do something for us. Because we know that if the computer do something for us, computers are fast, they don't make any mistake, and many other things that can be done easily using the computer. And lastly, the most importantly, computers can be used for some of the softwares or usage like games, movies, animation related work that cannot be done by humans. Okay. So this is why we actually need to learn programming, so we can actually make computers to do amazing things for us. And the purpose of a software is to convert data into information. The process of writing or coding programs is called programming. Yes, we all know that. And individuals who perform these tasks are called programmers. And all of you are actually programmer. Maybe the level of programming knowledge may differ from one to another, but the day you actually wrote the Hello World program, the first day you actually become a programmer. So now, what are the types of software? A computer has 2 types of software: application software and system software. What is the application software? Application software is end user software that use to accomplish variety of tasks. So that task can be for official task, it can be for business purpose, the task can be actually for your educational related task, you want to submit an assignment. Okay, the task can be collecting information, that you are browsing the internet. Okay, that the task can be actually playing games, listening to music. So application software is an end user software that used to accomplish this variety of tasks, from entertainment to education to work to business and so on. And what is the system software? The system software is, okay, sorry, I got muted. So the system software works with end users application and computer hardware to handle the majority of the technical details. That means application softwares actually work with the user, and the resources the application softwares need, okay, those are actually maintained and allocated by the operating system. And a system software is actually a kind of software that actually maintains those. So basically here is some examples. So the application software is a, like, we have a Google Chrome browser, we have different photo editing softwares and so on. And for the system software, we have like operating system is a system software, utility softwares, they are the system softwares. Now, let's go through the definition of system software. So a system software handles a majority of the technical details. Whenever you turn on your computer, okay, whenever you run any program, okay, you are not actually concerned with how actually the resources are being allocated, how actually the display is being set, or how the video is being played. Your concern is to watch the video or write a document. Okay, how the document is coming to your front end, that actually none of your concern. This technical details are being held or being maintained but handled by the system software. Then it's a collection of software programs that handle hundreds of technical details with little or no user intervention. Sometimes you might need to intervene a little bit, okay, but most of the cases it does this task automatically. Okay, for example, if you want to connect to the internet, all you have to do, okay, just use the route Wi-Fi name and Wi-Fi password, and the rest of the tasks from your device, your computer, to sending information to YouTube or whatever websites you are using, all these are actually done automatically. So you don't have to think about the technical details. All you are concerned with is how just typing the username and password for connecting to the internet. So system software actually consists of 4 types: operating system, utilities, device drivers, and language translators. So what is the operating system? Operating system, as we told before, coordinates computer resources, provide an interface between users and computer, and run application. We'll discuss operating system in details in the upcoming slides. So let's just skip it for now. And then we have utilities that perform tasks related to managing the computer resources. Then we have device drivers that allow particular input or output devices to communicate with the rest of the computer. So basically, if you have a projector, if you have a mouse, keyboard, if you have a joystick, if you have a scanner, okay, all these devices are being actually maintained, handled by the device drivers, which allows these input-output devices to communicate with the rest of the computer system. And then we have language translators. Language translator actually converts the programming instruction into a language that the computer understands. So basically we have different programming languages: C, C++, Java, PHP, Python. The computer actually don't understand these languages. Computer only understand the machine code, that is 0 and 1. So we use softwares like compiler, okay, or interpreter to translate those Java, C, C++ programs to a basic machine code, and that's where the language translator comes in. So this is the hierarchy view. We have at the center of the diagram we have hardware. Then hardware is being covered by system softwares like operating system and utilities, and the top of the bigger circle we have application softwares. So suppose if you're playing a computer game, okay, so what you need to do first, you need to take permission, okay, or you need to take resources from the operating system and other utilities device drivers so that you can actually play the game. So whenever I'm playing a game, I need resources like hardware, I need CPU, I need mouse, I need printer. So all these are actually being controlled and allocated by operating system and other utilities like device drivers and your computer games, which is a program that will be translated by the language translator. Then we have, let's go to the definition of operating system. So what is an operating system? Operating system is a collection of program that handles technical tasks. So as we just read the same definition, a system software is a collection of programs that handle hundreds of technical details, and operating system is also a system software. So definition is all same. Operating system is often referred to as the software environment or platform. So basically this is a software that actually, this actually handles the other softwares. It performs three types of functions: managing computer resources, provide a user interface, and running applications. So the operating system, what it actually does, apart from being a software itself, it actually manages computer resources. It provide a user interface. What is the user interface? When you turn on the computer, you see all the logos that tells you what to do. If you want to click somewhere, okay, or if you just right click, you see if I right click here, there will be a menu, drop down menu. So these are actually called graphical user interface or user interface that actually helps you to do something. Running applications. So these are some examples of operating system: Windows, Mac, Linux based operating system. And here is a diagram. As you can see, we have the system software that being divided into two parts. One is, first of all, the system software, we have operating system. Okay, and here is another application software. This application software is Microsoft Office. So user, okay, whenever you're actually using Microsoft PowerPoint, just like I'm using now, we're actually taking help from the Windows, that is our operating system. Then we're using the software, and both are actually taking resources from our hardware. Now, next, main part of the operating system. So before actually discussing the main part of the operating system, so if you are using a mobile phone and your memory is full, sometimes you will notice that your memory is full and you are trying to access to, let's assume, gallery. Okay, it will say that not enough memory. That means whenever you are actually running any program, you need resources like memory, you need resources like CPU. So if for some reason your memory is full or you don't have enough memory, some of the softwares don't work. Or if your hard disk crashes, none of the software will work. Now, what are the main part of operating system? We have kernel, the one program that runs all the time. The kernel is a computer program that constitutes the central core of computer operating system. It has complete control over everything that occurs in the system. So this is our first part, a kernel. It's a program within the operating system that actually runs all the time. From the time you start your computer, you turn on your computer, to the last moment you actually switch off your computer, a kernel is a program that actually runs all the time. Then we have the device drivers. As we told before, it's a program that controls a particular type of device that is attached to your computer. So the device may printer, display like monitor, CD-ROM readers, diskette drivers, and so on. Then we have the user interface. Okay, so user interface actually provides you with a system to interact, where you can actually choose different options. Okay. Then we have system utilities. Utility software is a system software designed to help analyze, configure, optimize, and maintain a computer. So you can analyze different part of the computer, you can configure and optimize and maintain the computer. So an example, you have antivirus, which helps your computer with security. Okay, it helps your computer to be protected from viruses. Then you have the backup software. So if for some reason your computer crashes, okay, or by mistake if you delete your files, you can use the backup software. Then we have disk cleaners, because if it is being used for fragmentation. We have file manager, where we can actually browse our files, we can store our files under different names, and memory testers, system monitors, and so on. So you see all this. Okay, first of all, they are system softwares. That is number one. So they actually handles the technical details. And then they're also the part of the operating system that actually controls and allocates resources to other softwares. So these are the four parts of operating system, the main parts. So these here are some common operation. Here are some functions of operating system. So operating system, first, it manages computer resources. It coordinates all the computer resources, including memory of a computer, processing, storage, and devices. They monitor system performance, schedule tasks, provide security, and start the computer, the most important one. The operating system is only the software that can actually start your computer. Okay, if you know, if your computer doesn't have Microsoft PowerPoint, it will still work. You can actually listen to music. If your computer doesn't have a Google Chrome, okay, it's fine. You cannot browse to the internet, but it's still you can actually use other softwares, like you can use Mozilla to browse the internet. But if your computer doesn't have a operating system, you cannot actually do anything. So this is the main software that you must need to actually start your computer. Then it provides you with user interface. Okay, so there are two types of user interface. One is character based interface, and it's a graphical user interface. We currently use the graphical user interface because we can actually see the icons, the designs, the logos, and you can click. So this is the graphical user interface. And what is the character based interface? In the character based interface, you actually, you have to type everything. So if you watch a movie where you'll see the computer guy actually just typing so fast, okay, they don't even use the mouse. So basically they actually use the character based interface. And finally, we have the running the application. As I said before, operating system actually runs all the applications. Okay, so here I'm using Zoom to take the class. At the same time, I'm using PowerPoint to show you the slide. So all these are actually being loaded and controlled and allocated by operating system, that is Windows 10. Now, what are the categories? So these are some other functions of operating system in details. So as you can see, it actually operating system works with the memory management, the process management, storage management, device management, monitor performance, job scheduling, user interface, security, and the startup. Now, this is already in the beginning of the course. You still maybe might not know what is the process and how operating system actually handles the memory or device management. But don't worry, in the upcoming chapters we'll actually learn them slowly one by one. So for now, just see the names. Okay, so operating system actually does the memory management, process management, storage management, device management. It monitor performance, job scheduling, user interface, and security. We'll further study all of this one by one in details. Now, what are the three basic categories of operating system? We have all of this operating system, we have three basic categories, but remember, all of this operating system does the same task. Okay, they have the same function. All of them does the memory management, does the process management, storage management, device management. Okay, the function of this operating system are same, but they are different in terms of where they are being used. So for example, first one is embedded operating system. So what is embedded operating system? It's actually used, an entire OS is stored within an embedded device. For example, a smartphone, a cable TV. So within a small device, we actually use this type of operating system, and they are permanently stored on the ROM chip. Okay, so you cannot actually just can delete them, because ROM is a read-only memory, is permanent. Then we have operating system for network related tasks, where actually OS stored on the network server, which coordinates all the communication between the other computers. So we have Windows Server for that, UNIX. And finally, type 3 is the standalone operating system, which actually we use here to control a single desktop or notebook computer, also called client operating system. So these are the three categories of operating system. One is being used in network servers, another one is embedded system, and another one is used in standalone operating system, like the one that your mobile desktop and the laptops. So what are some common operating system? We have Windows, we have Mac operating system, we have Unix, and we have Linux. The most popular microprocessor. Um, Windows is the most popular microcomputer operating system. Comes in variety of different version. If you remember, Windows actually uh, started with Windows 95. I actually don't remember the exact name. Start from actually Windows 95. So then we had Windows 98, then Windows 2002, Windows XP, Windows Vista. Here we have the list from Windows 95, then to Windows 2000, okay, Windows XP, Vista 7, Windows 8, and now we use Windows 10. Now, all these Windows, okay, what they had in common? Okay, they were actually doing the basic task of memory management, process management, and so on. But there is one difference. The difference is, as the year goes on from 1998 to 2020 today, okay, the operating system are much more faster. They can do a lot of more tasks. Okay, they have a better user interface. Okay, they have better memory management, they have better network management, they have better security. So currently the operating system we use are much better than the one that was in 1998. Okay, so what are the reasons? There are many reasons to that. Obviously science improved along, so software has actually become more fast, more efficient. At the same time, we have now more memory. Okay, so this is Windows. And if you remember Windows XP, Windows Vista, okay, those actually took almost 10 minutes to start your computer. But nowadays Windows 10, it only takes 5 seconds to start your computer. Then we have Apple. Apple introduced Macintosh in 1984, and it was designed to run on Apple computers. Not used, it is actually not that much used as the Windows. Windows is actually very much popular. And then Mac OS is the latest version, Mac OS X. It provides an array of powerful features, including Spotlight, dashboard widgets. Same version of Mac OS is also include Boot Camp. So normally what I have seen, that Mac is actually more popular among the developers because it's powerful and fast. And it's actually, there are some other advantages that we'll talk about in the upcoming lectures. But Windows is popular because it came to the market first, and also at the same time it is open source in many places. And we also use in Bangladesh, we use piracy. So that is also another reason. So then we have Unix and Linux. Unix is originally designed to run on mini computers on a network, and it is used by powerful microcomputers and servers on the web as well. It is very fast, and it actually mainly focus on the functionalities. Windows actually focus on everything. It focuses on how to make your operating system look cooler, how to make your operating system more secure, and how to make your operating system more fast. But if I talk about Unix and Linux, okay, they actually don't care much about looks. It's more about the functionalities, okay, and speed and efficiency. So Linux is actually a version of Unix, and it's open source. That means it's free. Windows, Mac OS, they are actually not free, but Linux, it's free. You can use it for it was developed by open source developers who did it for free. Then we have the mobile operating system that some of the best known are BlackBerry, iPhone, Android, Symbian, Windows Phone. So if you remember, around 2012, this time BlackBerry operating system was the most dominating one. The iPhone and the Android was just being introduced in the market. Okay, but BlackBerry phone was also at the very popular among people. Okay, it was actually even the top ranking officials, they used to use BlackBerry. And gradually then for the button phones we had Symbian, and for a brief amount of time we had Nokia Lumia Windows phones. Okay, those phones actually initially people thought that they will be very popular because they are same as the computer Windows. So what they try to do actually, create a same type of user experience for the users who are using Windows Phone and Windows operating system in their computer. But somehow Windows Phone actually didn't get that much attention and it failed. And it's also not easy to use. Okay, one of my relative had Windows Phone, and I found it using Android is much more easier for them. So thank you. So today this is where I will stop our